throw a screwball and strike out the MC. And if he tempts me, I knock him out like Jack Dempsey. I burn some Sensi, then chase it with the Guinness. The illest, now hit me with the hook because I'm finished.
Shane, a skeptic or a cynic, and I am one or both of those right here, would say, okay, you beat a C-rated fighter. So what?
Well,
I mean, you're trying to get wider public acceptance. You fight a guy nobody ever heard of. He's unknown, he's unranked, and you knocked him out. Big deal.
Keep that chin behind his front knee, and the formula that Emmanuel Stewart has taught to heavyweight champions Lennox Lewis and Evan. Down goes Hernandez on a perfect right cross.
And he is hurt badly.
Very hard shot, perfect right cross, and Russell Moore's going to wave it off. Hey, you looking for an impressive Andre Berto victory?
I have to tell you something, Jim. When a victory comes that easily, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the boxing crowd is a cynical bunch. And Roy mentioned the name of the character in this story tonight, I think. You heard both fighters mention it, victorious fighters, and that's Al Heyman. And there's a backlash in boxing, I think, at times against Al Heyman fighters because he seems to wield influence out of proportion with others in boxing. He's able to get one of his fighters an 8-round fight, practically unheard of on HBO against an overmatched opponent, a fight usually that wouldn't be seen on HBO. Andre Berto for years has been criticized for not fighting top opposition, for handpicking. Andre Berto's not handpicking anyone, he'll fight anyone. That's the people around Andre Berto being careful. And so there's been a backlash against Heyman fighters, which is deserved in one way, but in another way, kind of unfair to the fighters.
This is his biggest professional night, if he wants to become a world champion. Now the big right hand has hurt him.
Ian, that was a tremendous punch. Full credit for taking that. He needs to grab hold. He needs to grab hold of David Hayes.
Hey, hits very hard, and he hurts, and he's going to finish it here. I think he does finish it all over in round 3.
第3ラウンド25秒切りました。27歳のスピード、そして47歳のスピード。また食らっていた。さあ追い打ちをかけます。スピードに乗ってミロストレート。ウィリアム・ジョッキー。今度はサボボディを突っ込んだ。まだこらえていますキラン。ここで試合終了です。ジョー・コートスがさすがにこの試合を取りました。
Martel at 30, a virtual unknown. Meldrick Taylor and Livingston Bramble, those would have been great wins in about 1990 or 1986. But in 2002, you just shake your head and say, oh my gosh, where did they find them? Oh, hard left hand by Judah, and Martel gives it an Oscar De La Hoya pound on the canvas with his right hand, angry about being down.
That Judah's big punch is the left.
Martel got in one shot in return before Judah knocked him down for the second time with the left hand.
That's for sure. He's trying, but he's definitely overmatched. Way overmatched.
No 3 knockdown rule in effect, and so the third knockdown doesn't bring the end of the bout. Martel wanted to get up and go right after Zeb.
Yeah, he did, but he's
meaning that he's not going to get too many more chances. Look at Martel fighting. Yep, and here's another knockdown as Martel's glove touched the canvas.
Very seldom see 4 knockdowns in a round not end a fight these days.
Are you ready for
That's it right there. That's it right there for sure.
Here's the 5th knockdown, and that's the end of the fight. As Benji Esteves says, we've learned enough about the difference between Zab Judah and Wayne Martel.
I think Manny Pacquiao wants to finish this fight early. Yan ang gusto ni Manny, ayaw niya ng good right there by Manny Pacquiao. Very managing Pacquiao. A lot of hits to the body there by Manny. And a right counter by Todd Makelin. Manny Pacquiao corners Todd Makelin. Ordinary fighters would have gone down. Body blows there by Manny Pacquiao. Oh, good left out, Manny Pacquiao. And Todd Makelin is hurt. And Makelin trying to cover. Going for a short upper there. Again, Manny Pacquiao is unstoppable at this time. And there's
in dieser ersten Runde.
Feels his way around a little bit, but I've seen him actually shooting more jabs than normal in this first round, and Zarafa's looking to counter him with that straight right hand off of the jab.
Quillen trying to land the right wing with the left, and there's the combination.
Myself included, it's the fact that with such a heavy favorite, sometimes it's a downer if you don't really try as hard.
Or I think on the flip side of that, it's tough to get up for certain opponents when you're such a heavy opponent, or a heavy favorite, like you said. So how does Peter Quillen get up for Michael Zarafa?
Good combo back from Quillen.
This is
terrific action.
This is dangerous here.
Yeah, Zarafa off balance and knocked down. And he is badly.
That's it.
It's over. Peter Quillen with a 5th round knockout of mine. It was called immediately by the referee Arthur McCarty Jr.
Now this is scary, you never like to see a fighter, I'm sure they're just taking safety precautions here, but you never like to see a fighter carried out on a stretcher, but that's exactly what you get sometimes.
Foxwoods Resort Casino, a scary moment. Michael Zarafa stretchered out of the ring. Peter Quillen wins by knockout. Frightening moment here for Zarafa. For more on this right now, let's go to Kenny Rice.
Все очень часто говорили о том, что Дэвид Ку однорукий боксер. Его страшный левый крюк уже массу людей отправил. Вот вам и удар справа. Туа удивляет который раз.
He throws that shot straight down the middle. There's no loop in Miguel Cotto's right hand.
No, but his jab is...
Gomez here and having beaten
in those shows showed him brawling, but he really has skills. He's
left jab though that is left.
And Cotto's treating this like a sparring session, Emmanuel. A lot of punishment in the first 2 rounds.
Because, one thing we know, Cotto does get hurt. So, but the one thing, he gets up and he fights. Margarita, he's so comfortable doing that.
Uppercut snaps Gomez's head up.
With the idea of doing more boxing since the Mosley fight. He wanted to test just how hurt Gomez is and would be a decent fighter against a lot of good fighters.
He doesn't have the power.
Be enough to seriously damage him. Seemed to be an unwise tack to take. Down goes Gomez for the 3rd time in the fight. He's a shell of the person who came into the ring.
Who is he fighting? What's his name?
Rob Salka, something like that. He's not exactly a household name, probably not even a household name in his own house. Rod Salka, 19-3 overall, only 3 knockouts. 19 of his pro fights have been in Pennsylvania. And look there at the bottom. He is currently unranked by the WBC and WBA, and yet he's fighting for Danny Garcia's junior welterweight title. Now, Teddy, there are criteria and qualifications you have to meet to fight in a title fight. One of them is that you have to be either a top 10 rated contender, a former champion, or a current champion, among other things. He doesn't meet any of those criteria. So how is he getting this fight?
Can anyone say Al Heyman? I mean, one way, look, Al Heyman is very influential, but it doesn't have to be Al Heyman in this case. It just has to be someone with relationships with the organizations to get them to do what they do, which is circumvent their rules. I mean, what I wanted to show there, we didn't get a chance to show it, but I wanted to show, but you saw the graphic, that he's not rated. He's not rated. I wanted to show you that 15 guys in each one of those organizations are rated. He's not one of them. He's not even close. But what it's magically going to do, it's magically going to make this fella that we just show up in the ratings. Magically. He's not rated, by the way. As of today, not rated. Not near. But before that fight, presto, magic, he'll be rated. And if that doesn't work, they got a bylaw. Well, those little letters that you got to look at real close says, you know what, if we don't like all the rules, we can change them all. And we can circumvent them. And we can basically do whatever we want.
In December, he appeared on Show Extreme and dropped. Oh, and he just got rattled there by Danny Garcia. And down goes Rod Salka. Looks like he wants to stop this. And he may be very close to doing so. But Salka showing his grit and heart gets rocked with that left hook. Salka down, and it's over. Statement made by Danny Garcia. So no surprise as he was the prohibitive favorite.
If Danny can maintain his composure and make it through this, it'll be hard for Klitschko. Now Klitschko lands a big right hand shot. Williams' hands drop. Still a minute to go in the round. Vitali's got a chance for a first round KO here. Down goes Williams. It's taken up. Left hook by Klitschko towards Williams. That was about a 3-inch left hook. That was stunning. 6, 7, 8, 9, all right? That's it. Stop the fight. Maybe he's seen enough.
About ready to come up. You'll see Roman almost lifted off his feet. There it is. Roman staggered. Of course, George is all over him, and that quick punishing right floors him for the second time. Really. He is against the ropes, Foreman swinging wildly and missing, but final knockdown takes place. This time, Roman will not be getting up. The official time, 2 minutes of the first round. Look at Roman's eyes, no disposition to rise. So Foreman easily retains his title.
Ringside here, you know, it's pathetic to see a guy just not be able to do what he was as great as he once was.
All I know is that he'll handle it with class, as he's always handled it.
He's really a classy guy in every sense of the word. The man is standing there and taking his punches. He's taking his dues, but it's the time now.
He could lay down as soon as he found out that his arms weren't working. He's staying. Life, losing your wife. He said that's loss. He handled it with dignity.
Anthony Angelo wants to stop the fight. And they all have bargained with him.
Angelo Dundee wants to stop the fight. That's it. They've stopped the fight at TKO. It'll be scored as a technical knockout.
Mary! Get back here!
They're fighting for his life. He gives up his reach. He's got his legs spread far apart.
Al De La Hoya lands his first effective combination and crumbles Gotti with a trademark left hook. And Oscar De La Hoya left hook. Too big for Gotti. And there's blood flowing already. Target practice as De La Hoya goes to the body and the head, drives Gotti into the ropes. Pazienza.
Jones smiled at it, knowing that Pazienza was trying to get him out of his game there.
There is a lot of emotion in this building, trust me, folks. The fans, while they are predominantly for... Oh, big left hook by Jones immediately. Wow, he came out blasting.
Vinny Pazienza up high there with...
Good left hook by Jones. Pazienza showboats and Jones showboats back.
The no showboat promise is over.
Good hook by Jones.
And go for everything.
Good body work by Jones. He works Pazienza on the inside, pushes him back. Good hook, that hurt Pazienza, and the uppercut. Pazienza's in trouble, ready to go.
He is robbed from being it.
There is about a half minute left to go. The right eye is almost closed. Pazienza feigning that he's okay, but he's not okay. He's not even close to being okay.
One big shot could end it here.
That's another knockdown. There's no 3 knockdown rule in effect here.
They've got to be very close to stopping, and even if he gets through, you have to be concerned about his health and safety here because he's tired and he is wide open.
It is over. Roy Jones Jr. has defended his IBF junior middleweight title.
A name with its own colorful place in boxing history, and there's a knockdown by Gotti as he puts Gamache across the bottom rope with a minute still to go by. Gamache momentarily stopped Gotti in his tracks.
He's trying to pull a Gatti.
Oh, there's a big left hook by Gatti, and the body punch set it up. And Joey Gamache looks very wobbly now with 30 seconds still to go in the round. One more knockdown, and this will be over.
Hold on. You better hold on.
Gamache punching back, but giving Gotti a chance to land. Looks like Gamache is going to make it out of the round. And Gotti landed one more left hook for good measure well after the bell sounded.
And Gamache staggers toward the wrong corner.
Hands from a distance, even at hook. It's far reaching.
He's also looks so much bigger than he does.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 15-pound weight advantage. Every time he lands a shot, it's abundantly clear. And Benji Esteves isn't going to bother with a count here as Gamache's eyes were closed before he hit the canvas. This is the second time in 2 fights now that Gotti has come into the ring outweighing an opponent by between 15 and 20 pounds and has put the opponent away early. And for the second time, there is considerable concern about Gamache because of the way he went down. Right uppercut, and you see why we were worried about Joey Gamache, whose eyes were closed well before he hit the canvas. The uppercut was perfect, George.
And not only that, he's getting his whole body into it. Like
3 wins, 12 defeats, 1 draw. He's delivered 14 knockouts from Atlanta, Georgia. Ricky the Hammer Stackhouse. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold and black trunks, weighing in 154 pounds with a professional record of 11 wins, 0 defeats. He dropped all opponents by knockout. Hails from right here in Pensacola, Florida. Putting together some of his efforts. Cows down with a straight right. Early in the first round. Stackhouse down. And now this is how a fighter gets hurt. Look how dry Ricky Stackhouse is. He has not even broken a sweat coming into this opening round. And with a young tiger of fast starting like Roy Jones is, this is over.
with his 12th knockout. Ricky Stackhouse, we haven't even had the time to get into his story, is actually under medical suspension.
All-time favorite story on Larry. Oh yeah, you know what this is. Yeah, you do. I fought Larry right after he got through with Jerry, and well, it was a hell of a fight too. And, y'all may have seen the fight. I run out of time. Oh, I had him. Another 15, 20 rounds, he couldn't take that kind of pace. There was no doubt. He was tired. You think it's easy kicking my ass all night, you're wrong. Ask the man.
Fights back. Duran throwing bombs. A hard right, and Rojas crumbles flat on his face. Roberto Duran registers a shocking one-round knockout of Alvaro Rojas and remains the lightweight king.
And why should he be any different from Sugar Ray Robinson or Joe Louis or Muhammad Ali? Whether or not Chavez can pull together the remnant of his former greatness, he stands out as an example of what is wrong with boxing. The WBC has ranked him the #1 contender in the 140-pound class. Can anybody tell me why? In the past year, he's not fought a ranked fighter in any weight class. He hasn't fought at 140 pounds since March 1998, and he's lost 2 of his last 5 fights, including a one-sided loss to a journeyman, Willie Wise. He's fighting one of the best fighters in the world in Costa Azul. This is a mismatch of the worst possible kind. Well, who's to blame? We all are. Starting with the WBC for mandating the fight and the local boxing commission for licensing it. The promoter, who has no choice but to stage the fight or have his fighter stripped of his belt. But add him to the list, and let's not forget us, the television network, for showing it, and the public for coming to see it, and last of all, the fighter himself, whose self-delusion cannot be faulted. After all, he is thinking with a damaged organ, his battered brain. My personal bottom line, we are all to blame, and shame on us all.
Julio Cesar Chavez is a mandatory fight for Costa Azul. He doesn't want to be stripped, so he has to fight him. Costa Azul has a deal with Showtime to put his fights on, so we have to show this fight. But even the great of heart and the great of talent fade with time. And certainly Chavez has pushed the limits, and here tonight, he may be on the brink of disaster.
So, sure, he understood that. Look, he's a knockout Chavez for only the second time in his career.
And again, the right hand, he's shown that susceptibility.
5, 6.
Zoo is a much better puncher than Frankie Randall. You know Frankie Randall's a sharp puncher.
But it's Chavez coming forward. But it's Zoo scoring. Another straight fight right here. All over Chavez. Bob Guerrero steps in and stops the fight. It's all over. Costa Azul wins it. TKO. Round 6.
People started throwing things already.
It's getting a little ugly now. And they're protecting Costa Azul in the center of the ring, and things are flying down towards us. And our stage manager, Joel Farbstein, just got nailed to the head. You all right? He's all right.
Motherfuckers know who's the best. If it ain't Fat Joe, then it must be Lord Finesse. Hot damn, it's the return of the funky man. I'm hip to the game.